So, all right, let's wind this thing up a little bit here. Okay, bangs right up to 6,500 RPM. Runs like it should, smooth as silk. Hi everybody, Jim from County Corvette. I have a 2018 Grand Sport. This is now the second time I've sold this car, or had it for sale. I sold it to the second owner with about 1,000 miles on it, and he's getting a C8. This was actually to hold over till the C8, and these things have they've gone up in value a little bit since then. It's been a weird phenomenon with these cars over the past 2 years. And it surely is a strange phenomenon when I have to pay more than I sold it for, but that's where it's at. But this is a great, it's a great car. It's a 2LT automatic. It's a very easy to drive car, but really not much to say about this car other than it's a great color combination. White red on this thing really looks tremendous with the black wheels, and it's a very nicely optioned one. So. If you're out there looking, there's not a lot of them, and this is certainly one to watch. So we're going to take this thing out for a ride. I drove it very briefly, but we're going to do a little bit better of a test drive here and show you how this thing performs. It also has some better upgraded WeatherTech mats, so that saves the carpets. But overall, it's like a new car. So let's take this thing out for a drive. We have the Target top off, and it's summertime here in Pennsylvania, and this is what I like to do. Okay, we're pretty well warmed up here. Get this thing where I like it. As much as I hate to turn down Led Zeppelin, I'm gonna have to, so you guys can hear me. Maybe you'd actually rather hear this song than hear my voice. I don't blame you, but I would be remiss not to talk about the car. So we're in touring mode now, which I think is the best mode to drive these cars around in. You know, for touring, obviously. We're not doing a track day here, so I don't think we need that. This car does not have the optional data recorder, so I know there will be some questions there. Not a lot of cars had that. That's a cool option if you want to track or just show how you drive your car on YouTube. But as far as I'm concerned, that's incriminating evidence. So. We'll just leave that one be. Now, if you've driven C7s, I don't really need to tell you much about how this car drives. It's the 7th generation of the Corvette, and arguably the best front-engine Corvette built. I would say so, as it should be. They should have improved every time, but it's a sharp looking car. I'll tell you, yesterday I saw a black Grand Sport passing me, and man, they are just good looking cars. And this one's got some eyeball. It's got a lot of pop in this color combination. It really is it's a cool combo. But they're all built the same way. This engine is obviously not as powerful as the supercharged Z06 motor, but it does have the same tire width and all that. So it's going to handle like a Z06. And for the street, that's really more than adequate, depending on what you want. It might not be adequate. Certainly adequate for most people the way they drive. The Z06 is a beast of an automobile with over 650 horsepower. This one's not in that range. They're in the upper 400s. But I'll tell you, they do run well. and an easy car to drive, nimble. I mean, it just does everything right. But this Grand Sport over the stock width tire Stingray, I mean, it's a noticeable difference in the way it tracks and the way it turns and the way it's going to grip the road. So you're gonna have a lot of fun in this car, you know, taking some nice turns, that type of thing. It's a cruiser. So with all that said, you know, if I don't need to tell people who owned C7s about these cars, the fit and finish is tremendous on these. They're just really well-made cars. So, I don't really need to do a sales pitch here. I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, C7 Corvettes are now the last front-engine Corvette out there. So, I don't know what that means in terms of future collectability, but my contention is that anything with any type of performance or rarity in a C7 is going to be a desirable car. Now, it's not a shifter car, so obviously that's the last of an era, is a 3-pedal Corvette. But still, even as a Grand Sport, it is relatively limited production, and it probably will be collectible. I mean, they've all gone up in value, but the Grand Sports have done well. I've had a few of them over the past couple years, and you know, they're bumping up and up and up. So you want to keep them low, and you know, mileage low. And I'm sure at some point in the not so distant future, you're going to have a collector car in your hands. So this car checks all the boxes in terms of colors, options, and all that. And you're in a price range there where, you know, it's still considerably less than even a 2020 out there. They're still bringing stupid money. So, all right, let's wind this thing up a little bit here. Okay, bangs right up to 6,500 RPM. Runs like it should, smooth as silk. Sounds just badass. I'm feeling pretty comfortable in this thing, to the extent that I wouldn't mind going on a little road trip today. I don't think you could ask for better weather, but I don't have any sunscreen on, so we're gonna bring this thing back, and I'm not gonna rack up any miles. I promise. We're at 36.16 is where we're at today, and it's going to stay there because I don't think we're going to do any more driving in this thing. So it might be 17 by the time I get back. But that's good mileage for this car. It's still under 5,000, a ways off from 5,000, and you've got you've got potential for collectability down the road. But you also have a car that, you know, you're in a price range where it's not astronomical compared to what's out there. In any type of performance category, there's nothing that comes close for that price range. So it is a car that you could just get in, drive, and be a daily commuter. It'd be a hell of a cool daily commuter. I would enjoy that. So you use it as you see fit. And again, I'm in the touring mode here. I'm not going to go into any other modes because this is this mode shows what the car can do comfortably, and there's no issues with this car, and I don't think there are even any recalls on this thing that are noteworthy. Very few problems with the C7s in general. Very well built car. So this one's ready to go for you, and if you have an interest, let us know. Now, I did a little survey on C5s and colors, and I got a couple white reds back, and I'm curious as to what everybody thinks about this color combination. If you think it's as cool as I do, or if you think there's a better one out there, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I appreciate that. Okay, thanks for watching, and give us a call if you have an interest in this amazing little Grand Sport, and we'll get you into it. Thanks for watching.